I've been a digital nomad for 2.5 years now, but before that, I spent 16 years as a circus performer. So I've basically built my entire adult life on instability. And one important lesson I learned is that there is a romantic version of a digital nomad life we all imagine. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what the digital nomad life actually looks like from my perspective and share with you the parts that are rarely talked about so you can decide for yourself if it's really for you. Chapter 1: The romance is a trap. We all romanticize at some point the idea of becoming digital nomads. So we fall in love with it and we flirt with it too. We want to have dinner with it and we want to Netflix and chill with it and give it a good time, if you know what I mean. I wanted that too, but just like in any toxic relationship, I only looked to the side that would benefit me and not take the other person's feelings and needs into consideration. I thought that once I hit a year of freelancing, things would get easier. I thought that the money would just flow. I even thought I'd be working from beaches in Southeast Asia, sipping coconut water, feeling completely free, like it was going to fulfill all of my needs just because I wanted it to. But I was very wrong, and that relationship collapsed really hard and made me understand the importance of taking other perspectives into consideration. But I'm not here to ruin the dream for you, because there are really moments like that where you sip coconut water and tan by the beach. But you can also be sitting on a beach in Thailand with your laptop open, and instead of feeling free, you feel trapped and you feel like you are digging a hole for yourself. So last year, for example, while I was traveling through Southeast Asia, there was a point I checked my bank account and I realized that I drained almost every cent from it. So I was there in one of the most beautiful places I've been in my life, and I had to make a really tough choice for myself. Either work late nights, even though I was already working as a volunteer in a workaway, or lowering my prices just to make ends meet. And that's a reality. The beach is still there, the freedom is still there, so is the pressure, and the pressure is even higher. With this life choice, you have to make work happen. Look for opportunities out of thin air, even when the weather is great outside and all you want to do is sip on some margaritas or, go to sleep. Chapter 2: Freedom comes at a cost. So let's talk about what freedom actually looks like in this lifestyle, at least from my perspective, okay? And let's start by defining freedom. Freedom isn't the absence of work, okay? Freedom is the ability to choose what to work on, with whom to work with, and what to do with your time. So, for example, I can either decide to work 10 hours on a day and take the next day off, or spread it across 5 days at 2 hours each, or I can choose to go out to lunch right now, even though I know I have deadlines to meet at the end of the day, because I know I'll make it up for it later, even if I have to stay up until 3 a.m. Everything in this life has a trade-off, which is the price we pay for things. When I choose to travel, I sacrifice some type of stability. When I choose to work with fewer clients so I can stay a little bit more hands-on, I sacrifice earning potential. And I found that work-life balance, at least in the way most people imagine, doesn't really exist. And even though it sounds great on paper, the reality is that for most of us mortals, there's just work and life and the constant negotiation between them. Something always gives. You always need to choose what to let go of. The question is whether you're okay or not with what you're giving up on. Chapter 3: Stability is a skill. My circus career taught me a lot about freelancing before I even realized it. It taught me that stability isn't something you find somewhere. It is something you build through your day-to-day life, through your routines and your efforts, including the sacrifices you're willing to make. But let's not romanticize sacrifice either, okay? But it is really important to understand that there are no gains without some sort of sacrifice. Stability is so important that it is also a product sold to us For example, when you enroll in college to get a degree, universities love to promise career stability as part of the package. But stability really depends on what you are doing in the meantime and how you connect with the opportunities that are presented to you. If you're always moving in the direction you believe you want to go, you will most likely find a type of stability even through unstable moments. But it can take a lot more time than we expect and a lot more time than some of us are willing to wait. I am only stable because, for the most part, I actually practice it. Most days I'm looking for new clients, I'm trying to improve my offer a little bit, and I'm even sending new proposals even when I have enough work. Because there's a hard truth that I had to come to terms with. I can never stop finding new clients. Even if I have a great client who pays well, who's committed to a long-term contract, they can pull back at any moment for a dozen different reasons. And they have in the past, and they will still do so in the future. If you stop looking for opportunities, the opportunities will also stop knocking. Chapter 4, Failure is a lesson. When I was living in Thailand as a volunteer at a dog hospice, I learned something important about myself and how I saw failure. When my funds got low, I felt like I was a fraud, right? Like maybe this whole nomad life wasn't really for me, like I had been pretending and the reality had finally caught up to me. But I realized something important. I wasn't failing because the lifestyle was broken. I was failing because I stopped doing the repetitions I knew I needed to do. I got comfortable too fast and cocky too quickly, and I stopped trying to find new clients. Failure sucks, but it's humbling as well, and it is inevitable, and it works as a great teacher if we are willing to learn the lessons. So because I needed the money, I decided to lower my prices temporarily, but I kept delivering the same quality in the best way I could. And within 2 months, things stabilized a bit again, not because I got lucky, but trust me, luck is also important, but because I went back to what I knew worked, to the patterns of before. Failure at that time showed me that I needed to keep consistent. Luck appears for those who actively seek it. Chapter 5, the question you need to answer. Before you quit your job and book a one-way ticket somewhere sunny, there's a question you need to answer. What kind of nomad do you actually want to be? I, for instance, am a solo freelancer who travels with my girlfriend. I barely hire people because I like working closely with my clients, and that choice affects my freedom and my earning capacity. But I'm okay with that for now. If I wanted to scale, I'd need to hire more people, and hiring means taking on more work or taking pay cuts, or maybe even getting a new job and giving up the traveling a little bit. And I'm not willing to do that, at least right now. And just the fact that I'm being honest about it saves me a lot of frustration. So ask yourself, do you want to be an entrepreneur who happens to travel, or a freelancer who values flexibility over scale? And the thing is, there is no wrong answer, but there's definitely a wrong answer for you if you haven't thought about it yet. Chapter 6, the sacrifices. If you're finding this helpful, liking and subscribing won't be a sacrifice, and it will really and genuinely help me and the channel. Now, let's talk about what I've had to sacrifice, because this part sucked and surprised me at the same time. You have to sacrifice a lot. Time with friends, time with family, time with your partner, even vacations. Even though the vacation one sounds a bit ironic when you think about it, because people say, well, you're traveling all the time, how are you sacrificing vacation? But the truth is that when you work for yourself, there's no paid time off, unless you plan for it and save for it. Every day you're not working is a day you're not earning. And when you have goals you're working towards and bills to pay, it's hard to justify taking a full week off. I skipped holiday breaks for years now. I even went for a period of 10 years without any break. Not because I have to or because I'm some stoic man, but because I have other priorities and goals, and this is the trade-off I've chosen, okay? This lifestyle gives you options, but options aren't free. You pay for them with something. time or money. Chapter 7, my advice. If you're sitting at a desk job right now dreaming about this life, here's what I wish someone had told me. Don't go all in immediately. Make a plan and try this as an experiment first. Ask your boss if you can work a few days a week remotely. See how you like it. Learn how the game works. Start to observe and ask important questions. Are you good at fighting distractions? Because that's an important one. What are the problems you are running through right now that you didn't have before? Ask yourself some questions and be honest about them because they can dictate your happiness when making a huge change. Chapter 8, find your pace. I wish I understood sooner that I didn't need to be the #1 freelancer of the year, okay? That I don't need to make 100K in my first year or ever. Just take your time with it. Try to improve slowly and try to find a pace that works for you without comparing yourself with others, with what other people are doing. I know that that's not sexy advice and it doesn't really make for good viral content, but it's the truth. The freelancers I know who built something sustainable, they all took the quiet approach. I try to keep my head in the clouds, but my feet on the floor. Last chapter, it's possible. So here's the truth about being a digital nomad. It's possible and it can be an incredible way to live. I fucking love it. But it's not a constant vacation, it's not easy money, and it's definitely not what social media makes it to look like. If you're going to do it with your eyes open. Build your stability like you would build any other skill in your life and keep looking for opportunities even when things feel comfortable. And be honest about the trade-offs you are willing to make. Good luck, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Much love, bye.